Hey everyone, welcome back to Anime Sekai Podcast. I'm your host, Mikan.
And I am your other host, Ichigo. What's up, guys?
Hey guys. Be sure to join us this week as we discuss anime we've watched that is relatively unknown. Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Welcome back. Another wonderful Friday here, hopefully.
Yes, or another wonderful day on whatever day that it is that you're listening to
Yeah, you're
this on.
listening to this, yeah. So, for this week, we're going to be talking about anime that we've watched that we feel is unknown or relatively unknown.
Yes, we actually saw this on Instagram recently. Someone was discussing it, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to discuss ourselves as well. Um, I can't remember the person's name that we noticed discussing it, so I apologize. But it was a good topic, so we thought it'd be fun to
Yes,
bring it over here.
it was a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a lot. And I did some research for this because I wanted to see how unknown it was. And so
Mm-hmm.
I personally used my anime list to see how many reviews they were or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
or how many people have watched it and whatnot, just to see if it was actually unknown. So I kind of did like
Hmm.
under 100,000. If there was anything under 100,000 that I've seen, I put out my list.
Okay. I think for me, I also pulled from my anime list, but I didn't necessarily look at the ratings.
Hmm.
I just went based off of my personal experience of like me telling people about these anime and people being like, "What?
No,
I've never heard of
I've
that."
never heard
Like,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Yep.
um, which I noticed in my list a lot of the anime that I picked um are older anime from like late
Yeah, that's true.
90s,
Because
early 2000s.
I feel like those, yeah, with time, obviously, and more people probably forget them or haven't seen them because I'm assuming there's probably more anime fans now versus
Mhm.
maybe there was before.
Oh yeah, definitely. But mine have a slight definitely for a young audience
Oh,
slash very girly type
I can see that.
shows.
I have one
Um
show for you actually that might fit your. I don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah.
that might fit my
Most
category.
Yeah, because I think it's shoujo. Because the most of mine are all shonen, I think.
Yeah, pretty much all of mine are all shoujo.
Fits on par. It's on par with
Yes.
our tastes, I guess.
Typical us.
Hmm. But I actually have a lot. I was surprised with how many unknown ones I've seen.
I think I have a lot too. I don't know. I know for a fact I have at least 10. But
Okay.
there are some that
And
I'm
then I
like, I
also,
can't remember the title of this one. So it was
uh-huh.
hard for me to search for.
Okay. And then I also have some that are in the maybe list that have a little bit more people that I think know, but still are a
Mhm.
bit unknown. But I'll do those
Okay.
later, probably.
Okay. Okay. So why don't you start? So which one did you think that I have on my list?
Oh, I believe no, that I feel like you would like. I don't know if you have it on your list, but because it's like a
Oh.
shoujo, but
Mhm.
Shonen Onmyoji
Shonen Omyoji.
kind of has a bit of a girly take on it. I
Really? That sounds
yeah,
so
I
familiar. I'm not even
I
gonna lie.
I feel like you might have seen it. I think it's basically about this dude who is like a grandson of this really popular like Abe no Seimei Onmyoji.
Mhm.
He's the grandson of Abe no Seimei, and I think he lost his sixth sense that like allows him to see like supernatural beings, which obviously you need to be an Onmyoji. So he kind of has to pick a different career, but then one day like a strange Momonoke I think appears in front of him and shows him, like, his true powers and whatnot.
Oh, I think I have seen this.
I feel like you have. I feel like this, and this one's kind of old. I hold on. What says? Oh, 2006, fall of 2006. So it's pretty up there. But I feel like nobody's seen this.
I remember starting this, but I don't remember finishing it. I will
Finishing
say
it.
that. Yeah, I will say that 100%. But I remember the dude with the ponytail. He's the only one I remember. I don't remember anybody
Is it with the
else.
long hair? The really long hair, kind of.
In the red outfit.
Oh yes. Okay, so the main guy.
Yeah, the main guy. I remember the main
Okay,
guy.
okay.
I don't remember nobody else.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really remember the story that well either, but I know I saw it. I just, it's been too long, right? 2006. There's no way I remember the whole
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. One for me that I do remember watching this one from start to finish. And I know for a fact you probably have not seen this, but
Ooh,
um Full Moon o Sagashite, or Searching for the Full
girl,
Moon.
don't disrespect me like that.
Oh, have you seen it?
Yes, that was actually a really popular one. I think at the time.
Really? Because it took
Yeah,
me
it was
forever to find this
what?
online. Yeah, I only watched this online. And I remember trying to search bits and pieces, but I was so obsessed with this show that even after watching the show, I remember going and trying to find all of the music on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like this one. I almost will say this like inspired a lot of shoujo in my opinion.
Mm,
But it's a bit under the radar. I don't know if it's under the radar because it's old or because I feel like at the time everyone was drawing her. Like the people that I knew were all drawing her, like with
mm,
the curls and everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. But yeah, that's one that I had, and I was like, Mikan's
that's a
probably
classic.
definitely has not seen this.
Girl, I have seen it.
Dang it.
Okay, I know I'm not a big shoujo person, but the
You've seen that
classics I
one.
feel like I've seen. Yep, I have seen this one.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
That's a really good one though, actually.
Yeah, but and for those that have not seen it, it's a story about a little girl who suffers from some sort of throat or I think some sort of
Yeah, she
cancer
has
in
some kind of
her
yeah.
body. And so although she loves music and she loves to sing, she is basically banned from singing. But her
Mhm.
grandmother insists that she go get
I
the
think it's surgery, right?
surgery, yeah, to remove the cancer. However, if she gets the surgery, she has a risk of losing her voice. And so she kind of meets two Shinigami and basically kind of transform her into like this singing sensation person so that she can basically live out her dreams. So it's a really sweet story,
Yeah, and
beautiful
they're like a
story.
bunny and a rabbit, the two of them,
Yes.
and they're so cute. I
No,
love the like they were
it's
stuffed
a
animals and then they're like
bunny and a
human
cat.
form. Bunny and a cat. Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah.
A bunny and a rabbit.
Yeah, I was
Same
like,
thing.
same thing.
Yeah, bunny and a cat.
But the show itself is actually really good. But I know for a fact that like every time I brought the show up, people are like, "I've never seen that before," or they
They're
didn't
probably too young.
know.
They're too
No, they were
young.
in our age group.
Oh, okay. Or were they like anime later type people? It could be like if they
Mm-mm.
joined because I feel like this was before 2000. I think it was like early 2000s. It must have been.
It's 2002. But
Okay, yeah.
what threw me was that people didn't know this, but they knew Tokyo Mew Mew. And that probably could have been because at the time that I was watching this, Tokyo Mew Mew had, which is another one on my list, Tokyo Mew Mew had a dubbed version.
I will never get over that. I have never heard of. I feel like I've heard of Tokyo Mew. Many of you've mentioned it,
Mhm.
but Yeah, I have never seen that. That is one I just never seen.
That's probably one you will probably never see.
I probably never will unless I'm forced to watch it.
I should force you to watch it, but that
I
one just got
mean,
a revamp recently, Tokyo Mew Mew. So,
oh.
but that one is on my list too. For ones that the anime that I've seen, that I know for like I haven't met too many people that have seen it.
Mhm.
I'm really shocked.
That's unfortunate. Actually, another one, maybe you've seen this one. I don't know. This is kind of like a 50-50 for me. I know a lot of people do not know this one. It's a bit there's an old version and then they made like a 2 to it,
Mhm.
like a second part and then a third part, but it's called Birdie the Mighty Decode. Tetsuan Birdie Decode.
Hmm.
And I feel like you might have seen the the female main character. Basically, it's about aliens and the main character, she finds herself after she's like part of like a police force or whatever on another planet. She finds herself on Earth and her target has disguised himself as a human and assimilated into like Earth, right?
Mhm.
So she basically follows him and joins like I think it was a modeling agency. Oh yeah, here it says modeling agency. She takes on identity Shion Arita, and her position as a rising model has her posing for photo shoots by day and chasing intergalactic criminals by night. And then there is this other kid, Senkawa, who's an average high school student, explores an abandoned building with his friends, and he coincidentally meets Birdie and the guy that Birdie's tracking down.
Mhm.
And he kind of witnesses the battle before being taken hostage by the bad guy. And, Birdie attacks the bad guy and kills Senkoa. And she quickly decides to save him. And what happens is she integrates him into her body. So now
Oh.
they're in one body, but they can kind of switch back and forth. Um, so they're housed in the same body, and it's like a girl and a guy sort of like switching back and forth by day, a high school student, and then by night she's like a alien fighter.
Hmm. Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
I feel like this one's really underrated. I personally enjoyed it a lot.
Hmm. Like I'm even looking at the pictures. I'm like, this doesn't even look familiar.
Oh really? Okay, maybe not. I
Yeah,
thought you would have maybe
no.
seen like an image of her, but I could see that.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's
no.
not really known.
I haven't seen that one. So, ooh, another one uh for me that I watched that I was obsessed with. Ultra Maniac. I don't know if you've
No clue.
So, this is a story about Ayu Tateishi, and uh she's a middle school student who is pretty much just like she's super calm, chill, but she's got a crush on this dude, and basically her carefree days are interrupted by a I think she's a witch in training. Like she can use
Oh.
some kind of magic, but her name is Nina Sakura. And so it's a story about them too, because basically Nina, I can't remember if she moves in with IU, but they become friends. And I think at one point they kind of go after the same guy, but it's actually a really good story. And the reason I
Mhm.
liked it so much is because a lot of times in anime, like the two main female characters kind of stay in the same outfit. But
Yeah.
this show, they had all different types of outfits for like different days.
Ooh.
I don't know. It was one of those shows that caught my attention when I was younger and when I was studying Japanese. And so, if you are
Yeah.
studying Japanese, I think the pacing for the show for me was slow enough to where I could understand it. But the storyline itself was also interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's definitely like a shoujo-esque type that would not be on my radar.
Oh, it's 100% shoujo. That's not on your radar.
Yeah.
But it was a
I
really
could
good show. I actually also remember collecting a lot of the stuff from the manga publisher, which is Ribbon. Um, I used
Oh,
to
okay.
collect like the manga books with part of the manga in it, and they would always have like these little goods that they give you, like collectible stuff. And it was always Ultramaniac stuff. And that's kind of how I found the show and then started watching it. And it
Mhm.
helped my Japanese when I was younger. I was about to say when I was little, but it definitely helped me study Japanese better when I was younger.
Oh, that's kinda cute. This is actually another 2006 one. I
Okay.
don't know, I feel like maybe you might know this, it's, like, definitely shonen, but I kinda feel like this is a random one that you might know, maybe I'm crazy. Kiba?
Kiba. That sounds so familiar.
Maybe if you see the picture. So basically, the story is like in a dystopian future, two friends dream of freedom and gain more than they bargained for. Hothead Zed is on the run from the authorities, while his brainy pal Noah struggles with his own battered body. Both find a magical world that seems to offer escape and power undreamed of. And it kind of follows Zed on his little journey,
Hmm.
but like both of them, they have to save the
Um,
world ish kind of thing.
I remember seeing Zed, but I've never seen the anime itself.
Hmm. I feel like this one I actually really liked it. I think it started off really good
Hmm.
and then it kinda teetered off from my memory,
Mm.
but I do feel like this was also another 2006, like, sort of obscure anime that was forgotten about, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're pulling out all the ones I'm like, yeah, I ain't seen that one. That one.
Maybe I can find hopefully we'll see if you've seen one of them at least.
I'm hoping so, because girl, you got a whole bunch that I have not seen.
Yeah.
So another one for me that I have seen, and I only watched it just because it looks so cute and adorable, but I actually don't fully remember the storyline.
Honestly, I can relate to that.
was it's called Kami Chama Karin?
Girl, Kamisha.
Yeah.
Stop. I was gonna put that on too, but
Really?
I yeah,
It's so cute.
that one's very cute. Little Mahou Shoujo.
Mhm. With a little bit of romance in there. So you have seen this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually have.
That's a shock. That is another shock. Like,
Listen, there was a different side of me, okay? I have seen a lot that
what
I'm telling you
happened to
back
that
then,
side of you?
because back then, like, I think probably early 2000s, girl, I was watching so much anime. I was probably watching a good 80%
Mm.
of each, like, season's anime, like, all of them. Well, maybe not all of
Mhm.
them, but, like, yeah, a lot of them. So, yeah, I probably have seen quite a few.
Y'all, Mikan has finally told us she's watched a bunch of shoujo, and these
I
are
mean, I
like cutesy
have.
shoujo.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen, like, the classics. I haven't seen a lot of the new age ones, so
But I feel like this one's not really a classic. It's just something cute that came
it's
out
not, but
randomly.
it came out back in the day, so I probably just watched it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but I do have one on my list that I'm pretty sure you have seen, but
Oh,
not a whole lot of people that I know have seen it. You probably have
okay.
seen it. D and Angel.
That was on my some, like, kinda list. Because I
Okay.
feel like it was somewhat popular, and I from the reviews, there was quite a few more reviews than I expected.
Mhm.
So it seems like some people know, but yeah, it was kind of under the radar, you know what I mean? But that's definitely
Yeah.
on my list.
This one was probably one of the first, although I I don't know. My anime list has it listed as a shoujo rather than a shonen
Yeah, no, I don't think it really was a show because it did have action, but it was more
Mhm.
like romance and fantasy.
type. Yeah. But this was probably one of the first shows, with the exception of Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, that I went looked up and thought, oh, it's another shonen, but it's got like a lot of romance, kind of like an
Yeah.
Inuyasha type
Yes. Yes. I would
show.
categorize them together. I would.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that one was on my list. I haven't met too many people that have actually seen that.
Yeah, if you meet like OG anime crazy people, they would know it. I don't know if they've all
Mm-hmm.
seen it, but they would know it because I feel like this was, in a sense, like a cult favorite. It was just very much under
Ah,
the radar, not typical, like the typical anime watcher has seen it.
right.
But it was, I liked it. It started off good and then kind of got confusing. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
got confusing real
It
fast.
did. It did. I was like, what's going on? But I'm not gonna think too hard, kind of thing.
Oh, I thought way too hard and then dropped it. So I actually never finished it.
It was a bit trippy, I'm not gonna lie. I can't fully
Yeah.
remember, like, the exact story, but I just remember the feeling it left me with was like, "Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay," kinda thing. That one was a good one, though. I do like it, and I consider it a classic, personally.
I like that one. I like the music off of that one too.
Oh, yeah, they had really good music.
Mm-hmm.
So, this one, I why do I keep feeling like you've seen this? But this one's kinda mystery. It's not I believe it's under shonen, but it's like a mystery supernatural type one.
Okay.
Tactics?
Tactics. That sounds so familiar.
I think you might have, because it's kinda pretty-ish feel. It's got, like, a pretty boy look to it, but it's basically about this guy who grew up with the ability to see demons, but was,
Yes,
like,
yes,
bullied.
yes. I have
Yes!
seen this.
Have
Oh,
you
I
seen it? Oh my
forgot about
god,
this.
yes.
I loved this show.
Right? Oh my god,
Yes.
I'm so glad that I've now you've seen a show on my list. Yes.
This was one of the shows back in the day where everybody wore kimonos pretty much.
Mhm.
And that was like my absolute favorite part. I love this anime so much. I started collecting the manga for it.
Oh, yeah, because it was historical and whatnot, like
Mhm.
mythology, so I thought, this might be up your alley even though it's shonen."
Nope, I loved it. I loved it.
Yes, finally,
Oh my
someone who
gosh.
knows this show, because nobody does.
Yeah. I kind of want to go back and watch it now. Like I got to find where.
We should do that. We should do, like, an old school review, like, where we
Yeah.
do
If
That
you
sounds
guys
actually a
want an
really good
old
one.
school review, let us know cuz we will do it. If I get to
Yeah.
watch this show again, I will definitely do it cuz this is such a great show. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember the ending, though,
I don't
and maybe
remember it
there's a reason for
either.
that.
Which is perfect. That would be perfect for us to do a revamp of this. So that's that's 100% perfect.
Mhm.
Ah, I'm starting to remember the opening for this too. Ah.
Yeah, back then, like, that era, like, early 2000 or oh my god, early 2000s really had bangers, truly.
Mhm. Man, I'm really like sitting here like, I remember that show.
I'm
Oof.
glad someone does.
It was a good show. It really was.
Mhm.
Um, so some more on my end. I'm just gonna go through a few. So one is Kamikaze Kaito's Young. Kaito
Don't know
Saint
that.
Tail.
Don't know that one.
Kaito Saint Tail was like a almost like a Robin Hood type show, except the main character was kind of like she's supposed to be a nun, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. It was definitely different. Definitely different. And then this show with this cute little 8th grader who decided to take care of a space baby. It's called
Okay.
Da Da Da.
That sounds kinda familiar.
It's a little cute little baby with blonde hair.
No, but I don't think I've seen it.
Mm. Or my last one would probably be Chibi Debi.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
So all the like cute stuff.
Yeah.
I do have one though
Mhm.
that I think you've seen. but I haven't met too many people that have seen this show. So I'm curious to know if you've actually seen it. Kodomo no Omocha or Kodocha?
Kodocha?
Yeah.
No.
This was like a
Oh, I've seen
comedy.
the picture, like the image. But I don't think I've seen it. No.
Oh my gosh, this show was hilarious. And I watched it in dub.
Oh.
Yeah, because I couldn't find the sub for it. So I watched it in dubbed, and I don't remember it coming out on TV, but I do remember getting the DVDs for it and finding it
Mm-hmm.
online.
This was an old one. This is 96.
Mm-hmm. But it was good.
Oh, wow.
It was really good.
Actually, since you took it back a bit, let's go to the 70s.
Oh Lord.
This one was a classic, but I actually watched it and I really liked this one. Future Boy Conan, Mirai Shonen Conan, not to be confused with Meitante Conan, Detective Conan. This was a class. Like I think a lot of Japanese people probably, maybe not a lot, but like a lot of people, like older generations might know this one. But it's
Mm-hmm.
basically about after like a devastating war and almost the entire world is destroyed, a boy that has superhuman strength fights to save his friends from those who seek to conquer what's left of civilization. And it's about this boy and he meets this girl. It kind of has Rapita vibes, and I feel like that's what it was inspired by. If you look at the art,
Mm-hmm.
it absolutely inspired Rapita. And I do think inspired some like Ghibli type movies.
It kind of looks Ghibli-esque as I'm looking.
Yes. I mean, or it could have been inspired by Ghibli. I don't know. But, but like, it really gives me like Rapita vibes.
I haven't seen this one. But then again, I haven't seen a lot of the 70s anime.
This is like probably one of the few that I've seen besides like Ghibli.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I loved it. And still to this day, I remember a lot of it. And it was really good.
I'm gonna have to watch some of these that you've named.
I think you might like this one. I feel like you might. It's very cute and wholesome, and it definitely gives off like Rapita type vibes. So I think you might like it.
Okay, okay. Let's check it out. What else you got for us?
Also, a few other ones. These are definitely not ones. Well, this one is not up your alley. This is more like a horror action supernatural type and martial arts school. This one's
Okay.
called Tokyo Majin Gakuen Kenpucho. Um, Nobody knows this one. It's about a group of kids. Um, it's kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen almost in a sense,
Hmm.
but more so a bunch of high school kids come together and they fight bad guys. And there's like weird mysteries and supernatural things going on. But they do have they talk about onmyojis and I think sort of in that regard supernatural stuff. So oh, no, it's not. I was about to be like, maybe it's up your alley. No, it's not. It's definitely
No.
not up your alley. But I
Mm-mm.
really like that one. I actually really like that one. It would have been nice to talk to about somebody that one with, but I don't know anyone who's seen it. Another one would be Break Blade. This was originally a show, and then I think they made movies for them. It's like Gundam, but in my opinion, a little more interesting.
Hmm.
I don't think you've seen this one.
No. If it's
Yeah.
like anything mecha, my extent is uh Gundam with Domon Kashu. That's the only one,
Uh
and
huh.
uh Tenchi Muyo. Those are my only
Oh, I see.
ones.
This one you might know. Peacemaker Kurogane. It talks about the Shinsengumi and their members, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like
I've not
historical
seen it,
samurai.
but like I haven't watched the anime, but I think there's
You
also
like
a
heard?
video game or something like this about it,
Oh,
but
really?
I think so.
Oh,
Um, can't remember on what.
I think that one you might like. It's a bit more cute because it is comedy, I believe, but it is action. It's shonen, but it's cute. It's kind of cute. It has a cute vibe.
Oh.
Another one that nobody really knows is Hero Mask. And this one is more like I think sci-fi and mystery. It kind of looks It's trying to look American. That's the best way I can put it. And the name of the guy, the main guy, I think is called James Blood, like James Bond.
Like James Bond.
Yeah. And it kind of has that James Bond-esque feel to it. Like mystery, action-packed type of like saving people kind of thing. And going off of like American-esque, do you know Hero Man?
No.
So
But I feel
it's
like
not
we've
really.
talked about it before.
Yes. So this one was kind of like, if you would think about, how do you put it? Like a classic, an anime version of comic book story.
Mhm.
And it kind of takes on that vibe. And what was that movie? Cannot remember. But anyway, this was a combination. Hero Man was basically created by Marvel's Stan Lee and Bones, Studio Bones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we have talked about this one before.
Yeah. So this one is kind of, I liked it. And the music was great. It just has that cute sort of superhero, very light, very bright. But I don't know. I thought it would do really well, but nobody knows this and nobody has seen it. I mean, not nobody, but you know what I mean.
Wasn't that based off of the Big Iron Giant
Yes,
cartoon
that
movie?
was the movie I was thinking, or yes.
Okay.
It kind of has that vibe. I don't know if it was actually based on it, but yes, it was based off that. I was like, what is that movie called? I
Still
feel
haven't
like
seen
that might be one that you. Oh, wait. This one. This one, I'm wondering if you have seen this one.
it.
It's
Okay.
it's a romance-ish, but it's seinen, so it's kind of sad and messed up.
Okay.
It's called, I think it's, oh, Seishu Heiki Kanojo. She, the
Sage.
ultimate weapon. I I feel like you have definitely seen the picture for this. It's that girl with the robotic wings.
Oh, yeah.
This one is really sad, in my opinion, or like at least messed up.
Saikano is the
Yeah,
abbreviation for it. Saikano. I have not seen the show at all. Cause
really.
yeah, well, because it's kind of well, I thought it was more mecha type, so I never
Mhm.
watched it. I remember seeing the images for it, but
Yeah,
it,
so
you know,
it's sci-fi-esque, but it's romance and military, like school life.
uh,
But I feel like people need to watch this one because this one is just, so it's about this girl who's like super small, frail, and not particularly smart. And she has like a budding romance with her classmate and childhood friend. And they sort of live in a military town. And I think one day they make I forgot what happened. There's like a massive airstrike that kills a bunch of people. And I think
what?
she's turned into like a cyborg, like a weapon against her
Mm,
will. And it's, oh my God. I just remember I was just like so sad watching this. But it's a good one. Like I feel like from what I remember, I was like, wow, like heartbreaking, but wow.
no, I haven't seen this one, but I don't. You keep suggesting all these sad stuff, so I ain't. I'm not watching
Well,
nothing sad.
but one we're gonna review one day, and I don't think you've seen it yet. And I highly, please, guys, if there's anyone you've watched from this, from everything we've listed or everything I listed, please watch this. Senko Roll. It's a movie and it is so good. It's about gigantic monsters and they turn into random stuff and it's just absolutely amazing. This was made by one person, basically.
Ah,
He spent I think it was a decade making this. He was like the director, script, he wrote the script, like creator, key animator, like everything. He basically, I think like it was like such a small staff. One dude basically did the whole thing, which is insane. And he spent 10 years, I think, doing the next one. I think there's 3 in total so far. So every 10 years, you can wait for this to come out. but it's so good, guys.
Sankoro. Yeah, you've talked
We're
about
gonna
that
review
one
this
too,
one
too.
day. We're
You
gonna
know,
absolutely review this one.
I'm gonna find a trailer for it first, and then I'm gonna make my decision.
I mean, it's PG-13. It's really not that bad. Like there is no super violent thing or anything.
I'm not worried about the violence part. I'm worried about the sadness part. You have a tendency to recommend stuff
It's not
that's like
sad.
sad
I don't
and
think it's
war
that
type.
sad. No, this is not that sad. It's kind of funny and weird. It's very quirky.
Okay, I will give it a shot.
You better.
Sankoro.
Go watch it, guys, please. It deserves all the love.
But there's a lot. I feel like there's like we could just go on and on and on about.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you mentioned that you would tell people like you have to watch this?
I would say Kodomo no Omocha is the first one that
Okay.
pops in my head. Just because it was such a cute and hilarious show
Mm-hmm.
about an elementary school student who's just navigating through life, but she's like a child actress.
Okay. Yeah.
Either that or Full Moon Sagashite. Full Moon o Sagashite.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So
That's a
either one of
classic.
those
I
I
feel like that
would
has to be a
recommend.
classic. I agree. I
But
feel like
not a lot of people
Furumo
have seen
Sagashite.
it.
No. And I hope people, y'all, if you after watching this video, go watch some of these recommendations because I'm telling you, they're good. You guys need to watch Senkoro, please. Please watch it. It deserves to be watched and recognized. And he's worked hard on it, so please give him a watch. But I hope you guys were able to find a new show that you haven't watched. And if any of you have seen any of these shows, let us know because we need to bask in the glory of somebody else actually watching these shows because it seems like nobody has.
Yeah, we need to have a discussion. More of a
Yes.
discussion.
Yeah. So let us know. Also, if you guys want us to do a review on any of these, we would gladly watch any of them. I mean, I could use a refresher on most of them. So,
Tactics.
oh my god, that would be a good one. That's actually a really good idea. We should do it. And as always, we hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you again for listening and be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Anime Sekai Podcast and tune in next week. We shall see you then. Bye guys.
Bye guys. See you next week.